So Americans can no longer get accurate information about their country or the world. Okay? It used to be, and I'm not going to give a history lesson here, but the founding fathers, many of whom despised the press, like Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, they knew there had to be vehicles to get information to the voters. And that's why the press has special privileges in the Constitution. Okay? But what happened was the big corporations, Disney, Comcast, Warner, Fox, took over the television media, and the newspapers were also dominated by corporate entities, almost all of whom are liberal. Fox is the exception. Now, last week, Rupert Murdoch, the chairman of Fox News, announced he was going to resign. All right, he's 92 years old. Almost immediately, CNN launched into its propaganda mode. Okay? It ran a primetime montage of sound from Fox News to prove FNC is racist. Roll the tape.
Maybe tomorrow he says he's going to transition to a woman. Better yet, maybe a black woman. Maybe even better, a half black, half Pacific Islander. Something like that.
Slaves that worked there were well fed and had decent lodgings provided by the government.
Slaves who worked there were well fed and had decent lodgings provided by the government. It sounds like I'm soft on slavery. Correct? Okay. So, that soundbite, 2016, was based on a speech by Michelle Obama where she was explaining that slaves built the White House. Here's my soundbite in entirety. Go.
Finally tonight, factor tip of the day. As we mentioned, Talking Points memo, Michelle Obama referenced slaves building the White House and referring to the evolution of America in a positive way. It was a positive comment. The history behind her remark is fascinating. Slaves that worked there were well fed and had decent lodgings provided by the government, which stopped hiring slave labor in 1802. However, the feds did not forbid subcontractors from using slave labor. So Michelle Obama is essentially correct in citing slaves as builders of the White House, but there were others working as well.
That sound like I justified slavery to you? So CNN took 8 seconds out of a 40-second soundbite to try to convince its audience that I am a racist, that I justify slavery. Does it get any lower than that? Does it? So I contacted my attorneys, who were excellent. They wrote a letter to the CEO of CNN, David Zaslav, Z-A-S-L-A-V, and said, we need an apology and we need it quick. Okay? So CNN's top attorney got back a few hours ago and says, we will have a response. I await it. Okay. Now, if I were to sue CNN, I would win because they obviously defamed me. And they did it on purpose, with malice. They had the full sound cut, and they just ran a part that would indicate something false about me. But I'd have to show damages to get any money, and it would take 3 years and millions of dollars. I'd have to pay millions of dollars to my attorneys in court costs to get the thing in a position where I'd win, but I wouldn't win because the judge would go, or the jury, well, O'Reilly's successful, it didn't really damage him, but it did damage me. Okay? I mean, this is the kind of propaganda that CNN puts out every day. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.